y'all, welcome to my channel. Today you will watch me do this beautiful set from Kiara Sky Jelly tip and dip powder system. I have already prepped my nail bed and cuticle off camera. I also etched the inside of all the nail extensions that I'm going to be applying. And then I go into steps 1 and 2 in the jelly tips system, which is prep and prime. I also wanted to add before I continue that I do not follow any of the recommended steps in any of these systems. I thought I'd just sit down and play with the nail supplies I have. So I decided to leave this clip in. I know we've all been there before. So if this happens, I just grab a lint-free wipe with acetone and cover it up and move on to the rest of my nails. Here I'm adding builder to the inside of my nail extension. This is bottle number 3 in the jelly tips. I'm applying pressure and making sure all the air bubbles are out. I slide both my hands underneath the LED light for 60 seconds. In the instructions, they do recommend you applying builder directly to your nail, curing that under a lamp before applying the nail extensions. I saw in another video that they did not do that, so I thought I'd experiment and try it for myself, see what kind of results I get and how long they may last. So I'm just continuing on to the rest of my nails, applying each extension. The name of the tips I am using are the almond short. I don't like the tips, so I'm removing those and giving myself a coffin-like shape, a short coffin shape. With my hand file, I'm going around and filing all the edges and the tip of the nail extension. On the edges, I make sure my natural nail is not wider than the nail extension. Now I grab my e-file with the cuticle cleaner bit, going around my entire cuticle area, removing any builder that has been left behind, and also making sure my nail extension is flush to my cuticle area. getting my mandrel bit and a sanding band, I'm just going around each nail and removing all the shine, buffing it, and wiping off any excess dust with alcohol. Now moving on to dip powder. I prime my nails with step number 1 and step number 2 using Bond. I apply one single strip down the center to build my apex and dip into clear and lightly remove any excess powder. My second application is going to go slightly beyond that to the bottom, left and right, and a second dip into clear. Slightly tap it and dust off any excess powder. And my third application using Bond, I'm gonna go beyond that, but not quite to my cuticle, but covering most of my nail. And I'm actually gonna go into color this time. So my first 2 applications were dipped into clear. This is my third application being dipped into color. And this color I'm using is wifey material in the all-in-one formula. Tap off and dust off the excess color. And my fourth and final application of Bond, I am going to apply it all the way to my cuticle, slightly flooding my cuticle, but not really, just making sure I cover every single last area of my nail plate. My fourth and final dip into the powder. So the first 2 were clear, the second 2 were color, removing any excess powder. And I actually do beginning to end on each nail. So the last step is applying Seal Protect, and this is what's going to harden the dip powder before I move on to my next nail. Now moving on to the rest of my nails, since it's the same steps as the pinky nail, I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward the rest of my set. And again, I do beginning to end on each single nail before moving on. Once I'm done with my final nail, I go back over my whole set for a second layer of Seal Protect. I am now going to refine, buff, and shape my entire nail using only my hand file. I start by going into the sidewall, working my way through the entire cuticle. I make sure I get the edge of the file right up into my cuticle area to file away any rough edges and be sure to get into those corners. Okay, now that I am done filing, I'm going in with alcohol on a lint-free wipe and removing any extra dust that was left behind. I am now going to use primer from the Jelly Tips. I really like this primer on any of my gel polish applications. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to all my nails before I apply any gel polish. I am now getting this beautiful dusty rose color. It's called Rosebud by C&D. I'm going to create these brush-like strokes on my nail using this gel polish. And in order to do that, I need to remove as much gel as possible, but not completely. And I'm going to just flick my brush on half of my nail, not going into my cuticle or my sidewall, and then letting that cure for 60 seconds. Going in with this glitter by Gel Bottle in the color Pink Rose. I'm going to do the same thing but on the other half of my nail and slightly overlapping the rosebud color. Again, giving it the brush stroke look. Now letting the glitter layer cure for 60 seconds. And I'm gonna start adding some white dots and giving it a little nail art sparkle using the gel bottle white called Daisy. Grabbing the dotting tool, I'm just adding a few dots here and there. Again, it's gonna just give the illusion of a sparkle. Just kind of play around with it and see where you want your dots. On some of those dots, I'm gonna grab my orange wood stick and spread out the gel. And letting the white cure for 60 seconds. Going in with Kiara Sky top coat and applying that to all my nails. And I did leave my pinky, my pointer, and my thumb natural color. Letting that cure for 60 seconds under the lamp. I am now going to apply cuticle oil. I am using the lavender by Kiara Sky. Smells amazing. I really want to try the rose next. But there you have it. Here's my nail set. Again, using the jelly tips, dip powder, and just a cute little nail art to the middle 2 fingers. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and comment and let me know what you would like to see next.